funny thing about, good, it is being recorded, that's good. Now, the funny thing about presenting this particular topic on this particular day, I teach a lot of project management, and I don't face this particular problem with any other topic I teach. What I'm going to tell you today is probably going to be obsolete in 6 months' time, because the pace of AI is so fast that what we learn today will be overtaken very shortly. So please consider this an introduction with some really practical tips. I'm actually going to show you what I've been using the AI to do to help my project management profession and career. But please, we need to put some constraints on it. If you watch this in a year's time, you're going to laugh and go, is that what they thought AI could do? Because AI is moving so fast. I think that globally we've been through some remarkably large societal changes. We had the industrialization during the 20th century, and then we had the rise of the computer chip in the sort of second half of the 20th century. And then we had the rise of the internet at the end of the 20th century. And I think with AI, what we're witnessing is another revolution. And anybody that tries to predict what AI will be doing in 12 months' time or 24 months' time is just guessing, because it's changing really fast. But look, let's get focused on today. Today, when I'm talking about AI, I'm going to be talking about a particular type of AI, particularly large language models, or LLM. It's a generative type of AI, and we'll see what it can do. AI can mean many other things. There's AI being used to develop videos. There's AI being used for music. There's AI running right now on this call listening to us. And you can go on to your menu and you can bring up the AI and get it to summarize what's been said. But today I'm going to introduce you to what AI can do for you as a project manager. The most popular and most accurate forms of AI at the moment on the market today: ChatGPT from OpenAI, Claude 3 from Anthropic, Gemini from Google, and Llama 3 from Meta. Each has a free version, each has a paid version. I do pay the monthly fee to get access to ChatGPT 4 Turbo, but everything I'm going to show you, you can do pretty much with the free version as well. So please keep an eye on it. Will it affect the profession of project management? Absolutely, both negatively and positively, and you don't have a choice. Recent surveys on employers have said that they will now start hiring for AI skills and the ability to use AI effectively. So it may impact your job, but it's certainly going to impact the hiring process as well. But from a positive way, already the use of AI is helping us with decision making. It's giving us the information we need. It's helping us forecast the future, helping us make better decisions about projects. It will increase efficiency, as you'll see with some of the examples that I'm going to show you today. You can get things done really fast. You can get things done in 10 minutes that may have taken you hours or days to do before with AI. And also, it's an improved communicator. It will read things, it will write things, it will translate things, it can now speak and all of those things as well. So it definitely will help you improve project delivery. Now, the Project Management Institute, as some of you will know, has made a great decision, and that's to be a world leader when it comes to artificial intelligence and the profession of project management. Now, I like this. I've been a member of PMI for 20 years, and sometimes in the past, PMI has been a bit slow to adopt new technologies, not with AI. The Project Management Institute is really on the front foot here, and it's really leading the way with AI. So it already has a dedicated page set up to help you navigate AI and project management. So that page is there in front of you. On that page, you'll see links to white papers and webinars. There's also a dedicated large language model called PMI Infinity, which is an AI just for project managers that will do anything to do with project management. And it's been trained on all the PMI documents. And of course, PMI also offers free courses, much like what I'm going to tell you today. They have a generative AI overview for project managers, which is introducing you to what AI is, and there's a couple of other courses there too. So if you are curious, as well as sessions like this and whatever the conference has for you, PMI has got your back there, and they have a lot of growing resources. But just a word of warning before we do go any further. It's not all good news. Like any new technology, whether it's the internet or computer chips or industrialization, it comes with possible negatives as well as all the positives. And this is something we must be aware of. It is still very new. It's evolving very fast, and we're still trying to figure out what's good and what's bad. Jobs have already been replaced by AI. Large companies have made announcements of software developers no longer being needed because the AI can do the software development as well. Marketing departments are getting rid of graphic designers because AI can do the graphic design now too. So there are jobs being lost. And of course, you may already be aware it is already being used for lots of scams and fake video, audio, and photos as well. And that's just something that's part of our daily life now. So with AI, we are still working out all the legal, moral issues that come with it. And also, can I please encourage you to make sure that you are aware of your organization's policies about the use of AI, and that you make sure you abide by those. And you also make sure that you abide by any rules and laws. One of the issues that I have is I lecture at a couple of universities in project management, and we have to tell the students, the rules and what they are allowed to do with AI and what they're not, so that we're all still figuring it out. But please don't just assume that it's all good news. There will be some bad and some bad actors. Right, let's get on to the practical side of this, because my goal is to actually show you how I use AI to make my job as a project management consultant, a project manager, and a teacher of project management a lot easier, a lot faster, and I think a lot better. One story I can share with you straight away is earlier this year, I did an assignment for a client who was considering setting up a project management office. And as part of that, I did a series of interviews and workshops to develop a baseline P3 M3 assessment for the organization, then came along and came up with some recommendations for what their PMO would look like. Now, normally, that would have taken me 6 to 8 weeks and cost them a certain amount of money. By using AI, I did it in half the time and charged them 1/3 of what I would have normally done. And the results were absolutely amazing. So that's just a story just from me. But let me take you through the steps that you need to know to become an effective user of AI. And it all comes down to this: the prompts you give it. AI isn't smart. AI is just very quick. It's essentially, I heard somebody described AI as just very fast autocorrect. And in a way, that's right. It's not inherently smart. It's not inherently intelligent. It takes what you tell it to do and then uses a massive database and some learning to try and figure out what to do next. So it's only as good as the information that you give it. You might have heard that saying, garbage in, garbage out. That's definitely what you get with AI. So it comes down to the prompts that you give it. You want to give it really good prompts. And my experience is people aren't specific enough with the prompts they give the AI. So an example here of a poor prompt might be something like, tell me about project management. But a better prompt, something more detailed, would be, I am managing a software development project with a team of 10 developers and facing frequent delays due to unclear task assignments. Could you provide a structured weekly check-in template that identifies or includes elements to track progress, identify obstacles, and plan upcoming tasks specifically tailored? And it will do that for you as well. So I'm going to take you through some specific examples that I've used AI for over the last few months, just to show you what it can do. Here's one. This is an actual one that I used late last year to help me try and brainstorm some ways to communicate with some stakeholders who weren't going to be supportive. So I gave it the prompt. I am managing a complex project involving building new cell phone base stations in residential areas. We often encounter resistance from people living in the vicinity of a planned cell phone tower. Suggest proven ways of engaging these stakeholders, including methods of engagement, frequency of engagement, type of content, and ways of measuring progress and getting them to support the project. Now I'm using ChatGPT 4 Turbo here. I have used them all. I have used Claude, I have used Llama, and I have used Gemini. I personally find ChatGPT right now in July 2024 is the best, but that could change. But this is the prompt that I put in to ChatGPT, and this is what it wrote me in about 3 seconds. Now that is a really good stakeholder management plan that I could then turn into a series of checklists to go, am I doing that? Am I running public meetings and forums? Am I having surveys and questionnaires? Am I running focus groups? And all of those things. And then at the end, support levels, resolution rates to track, is my communications and stakeholder management actually working? Now, you saw the prompt that I gave. It was relatively succinct. It was no more than half a paragraph, but this is the sort of level of information that you will get out. And the great thing about AI is that you can then go back and say, tell me more about dedicated website and social media channels, and be as detailed as possible. You can feed it some more information and it will become as detailed as you want it to be. So that's a great example of it. The next one I'm going to show you is one that I'm particularly keen to show you. You'll see on the right of your screen, for those of you who read Arabic, if you can read Arabic, you'll already pick up what that document is. If you can't, I'm about to show you how I figured out what it was. So I got the opportunity to be party to an RFP in Saudi Arabia, and this was just over the last 6 to 8 weeks. And my partners here said all the documentations for the RFPs in Arabic, it'll take us ages to translate it. I said, don't worry about it, just send it through to me in Arabic, please. And this is what they sent me. It was 40 pages long. I uploaded it to ChatGPT and I said, translate and summarize the attached document from Arabic to English. And it did. And it took about 17 seconds to do it. It was a large RFP for a lot of consulting work in Saudi Arabia. And then you'll see I used an additional prompt after that. Write a culturally appropriate response reflecting standard business consulting conditions and terms in Saudi Arabia to the RFP. And then I gave it a lot of other information about me and my business partners. We ended up with a 40-page document that has been submitted as an RFP response to the Saudi government. Now, that document took me in total about 3 hours to put together with the assistance of ChatGPT. Now, I don't know if any of you on the call today have ever done an RFP response. 10,000 words and 40 pages of detailed information. 2 years ago, I would have allowed 1 to 2 weeks to do that. But it was all done in 3 to 4 hours, and it was really good. And I kept pushing the AI, no, change this, change that, but that's what it churned out. So it did the translation. The translation was excellent. Wrote the RFP, then got it to translate the RFP back into Arabic. Fantastic use of it. But there's some other great things you can do with the AI. And again, you can upload documents to it. Now, this is available if you use the paid versions particularly. You can upload data to it and ask it to interpret the data, then do things to the data. So here's something I did. I took a portfolio level report, exactly what you see on the screen there. This is an actual report from a portfolio of many, many projects you can see. You can quickly scan those and you'll see there's some red, amber, green analysis. There's some status updates. There's a lot more information there, but you'll also see at the bottom that there's a whole lot of different screens there, a lot of spreadsheets. So what I asked it to do was to analyze and summarize the attached portfolio data. I uploaded it. That's what I told it to do. And that's what it did for me. And this took about 8 seconds to do that. Now, it told me very quickly what was in the spreadsheet, what it contained. But then if you look at the last sentence over on the bottom right-hand side, above my head, I can actually use my finger. Look at that, technology's working. This sentence here, it says, if you need more detailed analysis or specific insights from any particular sheet, please let me know. And I did. I said, tell me about the financial performance. Tell me about the earned value management. I said, calculate the earned value management on this. Give me an estimate of completion. Give me risks. And it was able to do all of that very, very easily. So hopefully by now you're beginning to get an understanding of what the AI can do for you. And by the way, if you ever do get stuck, ask the AI. A great prompt to ask the AI is, in what way can you help me do my job as a project manager for a particular project that you're working on? It will come up with some suggestions. You can then say, tell me more about that one, and get into a lot of detail with it. Okay. One of the favorite things I love to do with the AI, and as a teacher, I get it to do my PowerPoint presentations. Now, full disclosure, AI wrote the presentation that you're watching right now. Now, I've manipulated it, I've edited it, I've made sure it suits my voice and that, but I asked AI to do this presentation and it came up with it. But I didn't just ask it to give me the content for this presentation. I actually told it to write the Visual Basic code for a presentation. And it wrote the code. So here we are. I've just got an example here for you. The prompt I'm going to give ChatGPT is, write the VBA code for a PowerPoint presentation to help me convince the executive leadership team of the benefits of establishing a PMO. And that's what it writes. Now, if you're an expert at VBA, you'll be able to see what it's done there. It's created some code that then I can copy. And by the way, I've deleted the end part here. It says now to use this, copy, and then open up Microsoft PowerPoint, press function F11, go to the developer screen, insert module, paste this code, then run module. Because it actually tells you how to do this. And if you take that code, that VBA code, and you open up Microsoft PowerPoint, you paste it into a module, and then you go run. There we are. The slides are all there as a start. And then obviously AI is now embedded in a lot of Microsoft projects, and it's certainly now beginning to be embedded in PowerPoint. And in PowerPoint, you can just open up the designer screen and it will change all of those too. So all the slides I'm showing you have actually been designed by PowerPoint, by the way. So I did use ChatGPT to put this presentation together. I went through it, reordered it, changed some things, got some other information I needed, and then I used the AI that's embedded in Microsoft PowerPoint to tidy it up and make it look professional and presentable. So that's some of the things that you can use AI for in your job as a project manager. But there are so many other things that you can use AI for. And these are some of the other prompts that I've used recently to help my job as a consultant or as a delivery agent or as a teacher. So you need a new project management methodology, maybe a hybrid one that combines elements of predictive and adaptive. Maybe you need it to have elements of Kanban or Scrum or SAFe or DevOps. Maybe you need it to feature a work breakdown structure. Well, you can tell AI all of that and then say, develop a project management methodology, including templates for our software development company that is relatively low level of project management maturity. Now, I ran this just a couple of weeks ago. Now, as a consultant, I build methodologies for people and I charge them a lot of money. What it churned out in the space of 10 seconds was pretty much what I do for clients, and I charge them a lot of money. Because then it gave me the outlines of each of the templates and said, what do you want more information about? And I could ask anything about it as well. You could then ask for training material about it. Or here's another prompt that I have used recently. Write an email to my team inviting them to attend a meeting next week. I was having a slow day and I couldn't really think. Just asked AI. I got it to read the original email. I uploaded the email and said, write an email to my team inviting them to attend a meeting next week. And I gave them the topic. And it wrote a beautiful email, which I just sent straight away. The next one, the third bullet point there, write an agenda for a special meeting to discuss the project status and make decisions about requested changes. And it gave me an agenda. I've actually used AI almost exclusively over the past 6 months to write agendas for board meetings, steering committees, status groups, because it just does such a great job. I've also used it to prepare legal documents as well. And you'll see from the 4th bullet point there, you can use it to do a contract. I have used it, and very regularly, probably over the last 3 weeks, I've had AI write 3 or 4 different contracts for me: a service agreement, a training agreement, an NDA, a memorandum of understanding, are all things that I've actually had AI write for me over the last month. And don't forget, you can write specific things in there. I often write a contract that reflects New Zealand law. Or I recently signed an agreement with a business partner in Switzerland, and I told it, I'm in New Zealand, my business partner is in Switzerland, please write an agreement that's binding on both parties, recognizing the laws of each country. And it knows what's legal in Switzerland, what's legal in New Zealand. So you may want to be quite specific and write a contract suitable for the Indian legal environment, and then you can tell it exactly what it needs to be about. And it will write an amazing contract that is appropriate. In fact, I mentioned before, some of the first jobs to be affected are software coders, graphic designers. The other one that is being affected is the legal profession, because AI is being used to draft legal documents. And the last bullet point there on the screen is, how about writing a job description for a new project manager to manage a complex ERP migration? Now, these are just ideas that I've got for you. Hopefully you're listening to this now going, oh, I could use it for this, or I could use it for that. Good question. Thank you very much. That's a really good question from Hare Krishnan. Thank you. That is a really good question. And that is one of the issues with AI. You have to make sure that you comply with your organization's policies on protecting your IP. So theoretically, and this is just theoretically, you could upload information that's confidential to your organization to the AI to get it to write a contract or an RFP. But then you have to realize now that the AI has that information and can use it for training. Theoretically, the next week, a competitor of yours could ask AI what it knows about your company, and it could reveal that information. Now, this is all theoretical, but it is one of the reasons that a lot of organizations are either outright banning the use of AI in the workplace or restricting its use to non-confidential materials. So thank you very much, Hare Krishnan. That is a great question. My answer is abide by your organization. Yeah, so no, great question. So thank you very much for that. And look, the last one, you can have a bit of fun with AI too. You may have seen this. It does any images you want as well. Literally I wrote, create an image of a project manager and their team having a great time. There's what it turns out. The image is actually a lot bigger. It's obviously fit there for 1/3 of it. And AI, I use AI for image generation all the time for reports or PowerPoint presentations. And obviously, for those of you who've ever used stock photography that costs a bit of money each time you use it, you don't need to use that anymore. AI generates photos or cartoons or diagrams really, really easily as well. It won't breach copyright. It did originally when it first came out and got into a bit of trouble. But obviously, there's a lot of lawsuits going around at the moment from like Disney and the music industry are all suing AI. So at the moment, it will not breach copyright now. Like I've given the example there, it won't draw a picture of Mickey Mouse, but you can tell it to draw a cartoon mouse wearing red shorts. So it's a bit of a blurred line there. So you can get it to do any image you want. But look, we're coming to the end of the session. And I do want to stress, this is just a very practical beginner intro to AI. My key messages here are, you don't have a choice about whether you use it or not. Whether your organization bans it today, I guarantee they won't be banning it in 12 months' time, because if they do, they'll be overtaken by their competitors. It's here to stay. It's changing incredibly fast. And I do want to stress, Don't let anybody try and tell you what AI will be doing in 12 months or 24 months. That's just pure guesswork. It is changing so fast. So don't try and guess what it's going to be. Focus on what it's going to do now. So just get out there and start playing with it. You can't make too many mistakes. So look, that's the presentation. I'm happy to take questions. What was that there from Aaron? AI and ethics is a talk still from a legal perspective. Yeah, look, it is interesting. I think we're still figuring things out when it comes to AI and ethics, Aaron. I mean, obviously you've got scams. So the biggest scam they're now predicting this year is you'll get your mobile phone and you will get a voice call, a FaceTime message or a video from a loved one like your mother or a child, and on the phone will be a video of your relative speaking to you asking for money, because AI can do that right now. It can do that. It can fake anybody and their voice and their mannerism. So we've got that from an ethical point of view. But then, as we talked about before, biasing, absolutely, yes. Well, obviously what I didn't disclose, if we go back, that was the second image. I got AI to do that image there, because of course the prompt I put in, I said, create an image of a project manager and the team having a good time. It was all white males that came out. It was a group of white males. So yeah, we do get biasing in ILM. So I had to go back in and I said, make it Indian. But if I just write this, that's what you get. So there is biasing because it's using existing data out there. All the data that it's using is biased. That's what we have as a society. So yeah, these are good questions, Aaron. So you do need to watch what the data, and don't trust it. I had my father-in-law around today, and he writes articles for magazines, and I introduced him to AI about 3 or 4 months ago, and he loves it to bits. And he came in today and said that he's just been using it to do research for his articles. And I went, are you double checking the research? He goes, no. I said, no, you need to double check, because AI still hallucinates and makes things up. And he go, I didn't realize that. He was trusting everything that AI told him. So look, there are still issues, and this is where we stand in July 2024. So Aaron, I think you've got some great questions. We don't have the answers. And from KV, is it right to say, rather than learning AI, we need to understand and think about how to apply it? Yeah, we do. And again, I just keep saying it. We're in July 2024. That's where we are right now. We're all excited about it. We're learning about it. We've still got so much to learn about what it can do, how we should use it, the pros and the cons. So yeah, need to understand. Don't ignore it would be my answer. From Nitesh, for corporate world uses, Microsoft Copilot has a private corp specific space that can restrict sharing of data outside the org. Brilliant. I haven't played with Copilot. I've had the beta test for a while, but I haven't switched it on. Are there other equivalent corporate solutions for work on the confidentiality issue? Nitesh, there will be, because the biggest clients for all the AI owners is the corporate world. So they are going to need to comply with what the corporate world needs. So we'll probably end up with something like firewalls that protect corporate information, but allow people to go out and use AI, to hunt for information on their competitors for things like that. But of course, we're all figuring this out today. Yes, there is an ISO standard 42001. Thank you, Bakash. That is right. That has been developed pretty fast, and I know PMI is on board with trying to do ISO standards for adoption and project management as well. But again, July 2024, we're all learning and we're moving real fast. So that's my presentation. Now, hopefully you picked up that I love talking about the profession of project management. It's something I am very, very passionate about. I am more than happy to answer any questions now, and we've still got some time. Is that right? Yes, we've still got some time.
Yes, Sean, we have time.
Okay, so we've got some time now to answer questions, but those are my contact details on the screen, and I would love to chat with you going forward and answer your questions. So does anybody have any other questions?
Yes. And first off, amazing presentation. Thank you so much. It was really good refreshing to see the kind of things that AI can do. And thank you for the guidance in terms of what are the things that we need to look for. One quick question. In a lot of these discussions and different forums, people talk about different AI tools, and I see ChatGPT coming up as one of the top ones. Is that the case? Is Chat because I know that it keeps changing, but currently is something you got ChatGPT Cloud, you've got Gemini.
Hmm.
Do you feel that ChatGPT is the better of the lot?
Today, I do.
Sorry.
Yep. So, Joe, thanks. Yeah. Today, I do. I use all of them. I keep testing them all because I want the best. I was using Claude and comparing it to ChatGPT over the last week, just same prompts. As of today, July the 6th, 2024, I think ChatGPT is the best. But the news that came out today was there's been a new one released, which has been released in beta version. I should have put it up there. It's just been released today. It took some developers 8 weeks to develop it because, get this, they used AI to help them write the code to develop it, and it's faster than ChatGPT. And it's in beta testing. So look,
Wow, okay.
my answer to your question is, my experience today, ChatGPT is the best. Next would be Claude. I think Claude is great. I don't really rank Llama and Gemini at this stage. There too many hallucinations, not quite right. So I would put Claude today, ChatGPT and Claude at the top.
Right.
Yes, great one, KV. Sorry, KV, the question from him, I'll jump onto his. Yes, the course from PMI, I'll go back to it, is all about prompt engineering. So please, there, that second bullet, the third bullet point there, generative AI overview for project managers is all about prompt engineering for project managers. It introduces you to what a large language model is. It's free. Anybody can do it. You don't need to be a member of PMI. And it really does focus on prompt engineering. Plenty of courses online about it. And sorry, Hari Krishnan, I saw yours before. Will RAG be a solution for not sharing data? I guess it's one way. If you just color code it, don't put numbers against it. But I think there's probably better solutions like, yeah. So, yeah. Great questions, guys. From Nitesh. Typically, when asked to create artifacts like project plans or Excels, we get text which we need to take as a template to create. Oh, interesting. No, I guess. Is there an option in paid version to get a downloaded deliverable for the prompt? I'm using the VBA code specifically for PowerPoint presentations. For actual Word documents, yes, it gives you exactly what you need and you just cut and paste it into a Word document. For Excel, no, it won't give you an Excel spreadsheet. It'll give you the macros that you need. I've used it for complex Excel formulas, literally by writing. I've got an Excel spreadsheet, and in one cell, I've got this data. I need another cell to calculate the sum of these, but not, if there's zero there, I don't want it to calculate. It gave me the formula. But look, Nitesh, I'm pretty sure if we catch up in a year's time, I'm pretty sure that Microsoft's AI will do that and literally create the Word document, the Excel spreadsheet, or the PowerPoint presentation for you from pure text input. So I can definitely see that. Right? Any other questions? Okay, well, I'll hand back to Reshma now, and thank you all so much for your time. I wish you a great Saturday, and thanks for taking your time to attend the pre-conference.
Thank you so much, Sean, for an informative session. Thank you for answering all the questions. The practical tips you shared today to enhance project management efficiency has provided us with a new perspective and practical strategies that we can apply in our day-to-day life. Let's all give Sean a virtual round of applause, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. I wish you all well and look forward to chatting with some of you. And please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. But have a great day.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you all for participating and making this session interactive and engaging. Before we conclude, we have a few announcements. So our 5th pre-conference knowledge series of WAISE 2024 is on July 13th. That is next Saturday by Mr. Shanmugam on technical walk of AI in education sector. So please do register and join for that session. The PDU code for you to claim, the PDU code will be displayed in the chat window. You can use that for claiming the PDUs. So we hope you enjoyed the session and found it valuable. So we will meet next week for the 5th pre-conference session. So have a great evening. Thank you once again, Sean, and thank you, team.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi team, the PDU code, I have posted it in the chat window. I think you will be getting mails regarding the same as well. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
We'll mail you the PDF code as well. Thank you.